Hi, today we'll look at LearnCube's Breakout Rooms. Breakout rooms are a really useful way to encourage more engagement and student participation in group classes. To demonstrate the feature, I've created a classroom here where I'm both the teacher and the student, very philosophical. To create a breakout room, I go to the little grid symbol on the right-hand side of my classroom. When I click on Create, I'll get this little menu. I need to give it a name, so we can call it Room 1. If I want to add students immediately when the room is created, I can choose them from the list here, or I can leave that list blank and add my students to the rooms later on. I can also choose whether it'll be a standard class, conversation mode, or whiteboard only. In this case, I'll stick to standard. And in this case, maybe I want my students to do the exercise we've discussed and set up on the whiteboard here. So I can tick Load Whiteboard from main room, and it will copy the material over. Finally, I can add a time limit after which the students will be automatically brought back to the main room. If you don't want a time limit, just leave it at 0. When the room is created, my student will be prompted to join the room, or as I mentioned, I can set the breakout room up in advance and then add the students when we're ready for the activity. To do this, I go to my breakout room menu here on the right and click on the Add User to this room button. If I want to enter a breakout room myself, I can click on Enter this class. If I want to bring everyone back in the main room, I can click on the Call All Users Back button here. I can also pull the content from any room into the classroom I'm currently in. This is great for doing corrections or review after exercises, but be careful, loading content from another room will overwrite the current one. So don't do this if you want to continue working with the notes you already have in there. From the student side, you can see it works just like a regular classroom. You can write on the board and interact as usual. However, because the teacher might not always be in the breakout room with you, students now have the option to navigate between whiteboard tabs and pages in PDFs. Consider this if you have an exercise where the answer key is on the next page. Now, let's say I'm confused about something and I need the teacher's help. It's important for students to know that they can click on the raise hand button on the top right of the screen. From the teacher side, this will give you a little pop-out notification and you can see which room you're needed in, kind of like the flight attendant button on an airplane. So I hope you found this tutorial useful. We have some articles in our knowledge base that go into breakout room features in more detail. I'll link them in the video description below. That's all from me. Happy teaching.